Diolch, Cadeirydd.
Thank you, Chair.
When tackling the climate crisis, we can't focus solely on decarbonisation of the economy. It is an important part, yes, but we also need wider change in how our economy works and how we go about our day-to-day lives. We need a substantial transformation and reorganisation of the current economic system to effectively tackle climate change and respond to the consequences of the climate crisis. The poorest and the most marginalised nations and populations are the least responsible for the production of greenhouse gases, but are more likely to be exposed to the negative effects of climate change and have more limited access to the resources needed to respond, cope and recover from the impact of the climate crisis. Inequalities have to be placed at the heart of an effective strategy for tackling climate change. Tackling the climate emergency must mean tackling poverty and inequality as well. The reality is we can't afford to leave people behind in the same way that people were left behind when the pits closed during the Thatcher era. Jack Sargent has already highlighted this. There was no monitoring of its effects on communities. There was no plan to deal with the aftermath, and as a result, we are still feeling the effects of that period today. The same mistakes can't be made again. Now, of course, as the motion sets out, one way we can mitigate some of the potential effects of net zero would be through a basic income. Ensuring a floor for people that would aim to stop them falling into poverty will go a long way. And by the way, alongside the Welsh Government's policy and pilot, we don't need to look far for examples of how this would work. We've had a form of basic income for farmers for a number of years now. It's a proven concept for supporting sectors and the workers within those sectors, and I would encourage members to vote in favour of this motion today. The shift to net zero will be a massive undertaking. It must happen. There's no credible argument to be had against it happening, but we must ensure that communities are protected and supported whilst it happens.